A Kentucky woman hoping she would be reunited with some of her family's belongings following the tragic tornado outbreak finally got her wish. One of the items Sandra Aiken was hoping to find, a picture of her son and father. A woman did eventually find that picture on her farm, and she said she felt like she needed to make sure it got back to its owner.
I just knew in my heart it was from someone who had gone through the recent storms. I felt like they had probably lost a great deal, gone through a lot of suffering, and they really needed this photo back.
And that photo belonged to Sandra Aiken. She is joining us live tonight. It's nice to get a little piece of good news tonight. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So I know this has been such a long, rough, hard journey since the tornadoes hit. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Thanks to the community. It's been wonderful. They're very supportive. I have family and friends, so we're getting through it together. But yes, it's devastating to our community.
It's just unimaginable loss, and we're so sorry for everything you've gone through. Tell me about the picture. What is it of? What does it mean to you?
The picture was at my dad's house, underneath his TV, and it was actually framed, so it came out of the frame when she found it. But the fact that it was at his house and that she found it is just remarkable. And it's a very special photo. It's my boys and my grandson there. So yeah, it was a special photo for sure.
And you lost your father in the storm, is that right?
Yes, I did.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
I know, it was tragic. He was almost 87, so he was ready to go. But for him to go so tragically like that, it's just, devastating for all of us too. He ended up on the other side of the road. His house was just completely gone, and he ended up on the other side of the road. So we went that night to try to find him and couldn't, and had to come back the next morning and found him. So it's just devastating.
So sorry. So sorry for your loss. When you heard that the photo had been found, that this picture was found 70 miles away, and not only that, but that the person who found it was looking for you and that it was important to her to find you, what was your reaction?
Well, I was just shocked that someone had found it, because we'd been looking for things for a long time, thinking that we would find something. We were looking on Facebook and nothing was ever turning up. And when she ended up on the news and there was my picture, yes, very shocked. And she was just so sweet. I talked to her on the phone yesterday, and she's a very sweet person and really wanted to find the owner. I think she said that she could tell it was a vacation photo, and there's a lot of love in that picture. So, she really reached out and tried to find me. So it happened. I'm amazed that those dots were connected like that.
Yeah, and maybe you have a friendship in your future.
Oh, I definitely think so. Yes, she's a sweet person, and we talked on the phone, and I wanted to thank her, so I'm going to send her something. Of course, she didn't want anything, but she didn't have to go to that trouble, because she reached out to the news station, packaged it properly, and sent it to them, and wrote a sweet little note. So just the caring of people like that, I think this has brought our community together. It really has shown that we're compassionate. Sometimes I think we lose that, especially in this day and time.
Yeah, in this climate.
Yes, it's really given us hope, I think, in this community.
And she recognized something, and that is that every object that was thrown around in these tornadoes, that was destroyed, that was tossed 70 miles away, means something to someone. And maybe that's something people don't realize until they're in that situation. These are the little things we take for granted. What does it mean for you to have that photo back now?
Well, I had copies of the photo, of course, because it was one of my favorite photos of our vacation together. But I just look at it as a God wink for her to find that on the side of the road, face up. And she could see, she said from the road, that it was a sunset in the background of the picture. It just kind of hit the sun, and she noticed it was a sunset. So, it's just really a God wink, I think, from my dad and my son for her to find.
It's such a beautiful story, and we thank you so much for sharing it with us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.